praise to the Most High. Yeah, that sound good, y'all. Hello. What we doing?
Hey, cook that up, Khalid.
We still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, finches hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Haunt this here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, finches hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Haunt this here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still. They said you got the call, they tryna blackball you. Play what they own, bro. You can't blackball a boss. The whole world, they hate this right here. The way you hate your neighbor, might as well pull the trigger on yourself. You know we get excited by the smoke. Every day we catching flesh. Say my treasure stored in heaven, we gon' blow the rest. They disrespected and we check the bank that causing kept it still. They asking others about my business, but I ain't got no instant miss. See, I still deal with ox direct, cause your person don't mean you respect. Your outlet don't get no credit if the ox ain't in it. Money answer all things and you got all these questions. Playing Vic. Look, I employ slavery. I'll if you broke your head. Yeah, them crews in the hood, Jews in the hood. I caught them clues, now I'm good. I broke it down, he understood my all to you. Filtered through, you found a few, I'm good. We what we sold, this here exclusive. They like, hey, folk, look what you doing. We still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, finches hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Haunt this here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, finches hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Haunt this here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still. Most I told me, be still, give her room to work. Know my movie work. If faith ain't good, don't put the work in. In the spirit flexing, that my day job. Getting the mode out my own, I don't know what they are. Before I got the blueprint, and I'm too legit to quit. Let it spark in the dark, be a light, got it lit. Tryna map my movement, got my haters pondering. The odds set the question there, they wanna know if you still lit. It hit different, you authentic, a lot of odds pretending. We do it for the Lord, got my own motion, who are you to judge? Put most high first, none above. In the spirit, we locked in, they'll come against your plot. You know Judas said, yeah, we spit them scripts, they barely now. Came on slave ships, then you not black. You know they tell you everything. Isaiah 30:20, yeah, we bad. You see what happened when they tried to rail the train up off the track. False witness, hypocrite. We throw shots back, now they feel hit. Must go get it. We still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, finches hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Haunt this here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, finches hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Haunt this here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still.
Yes. Hold on, my mic. Yeah, okay, mic's done. All right, Akwaba to all. Basically, Akwaba means welcome in Tree in the African linguistics. And yeah, so yeah, we're back again. Oh well, no, not again, but we're back. And right now we wanted to use the title Babylon, but hey, we're gonna step on a few toes today. No apologies, by the way. So yeah. Without further ado, I would like to shout out my sister Karima. Thank you very much for having me. And yeah, the Lions Den, JJ7000, or is it Mandinga? Mali, should I say? That's where we're going. We're going back, you know. And yeah, the topic is basically that Babylon, America, has fallen, and now is the time to look back to Africa. Right. Okay. So what do I mean by that? Well, if you're kind of awake, should I say? I don't like using that word awake, but if you're kind of awake, then you will know what's going on right now politically, what's going on in the world right now, and we all know that there's certain things that is happening in the world that is going to affect how things are going to be going forward. Now, what are these things basically? We look at the economy basically, and we see that the dollar is depreciating very, very quickly. I mean, it rose a little bit as Donald Trump came back, but it will go back down as usual when things start to kind of calm down, and that is or the theme, or has been the theme basically of every almost elections that take place. Now, in saying that, right now, if you're a black person anywhere in the world, and I'm not saying just America, then you're going to be feeling a shift, some kind of shift. And if you're not feeling the shift, then you need to start to get in tune with yourself. And I'm not talking religion here, or I'm not talking none of these religions and so on and so forth. And I'm not talking, I use Africa because it's the general term that we use today. But I refer to us as a people for now, basically. And us as a people, for now, in the climate that we're in, we have to start to look back to Africa because of the climate. Now, the climate being the world powers being at war. We look at Israel, um, and the Palestinians and Lebanon, and then you look at Iraq, I mean Ukraine, and what you call it? What's the name? Russia, yeah. And then you look at the BRICS, basically. When you look at all these things, you can see that there's a shift underneath the surface, which is getting ready to overtake people, well, overtake the world, basically. Now, we as Black people, we don't want to get caught. Some will get caught because that's the nature of the beast, basically. People are hard-headed and don't want to hear nothing. So, for that reason, you're gonna get stuck. You know what I'm saying? But for those who, and let me just say this, I'm speaking to those who can resonate basically with what I'm saying, who naturally resonate with what I'm saying. Now, when I say we need to look to Africa, I'm talking in spiritual terms because this is a get ready party, should I say. A get ready party is what? It's preparing your spirit, your body, mind, and soul. But everything starts in the spiritual realm. So this is all about regaining or the Sankofa movement, which means going back. Sankofa means going back. Back to what? Back to the way that we used to be, i.e., as a people. Now, the only way you can do that is to raise your frequency and to know self as in truth, self, truth, whatever you want to call it. Now, how do you do that? Okay, so first and foremost, if you're an African and you're watching this, then you connect back with our ancestors, our gods, and our divine strength or power, basically, and also Mother Nature, which is Asasiya, which is Mother Earth. These are the things as an African, because we know the history, we know the traditions and the culture. We need to be taking the lead in this movement, basically, this Sankofa movement, because we need to be setting the example. We need to be making a place for people to be welcome, or people to feel welcome, to want to come, you know what I'm saying, or to be a part of, you know what I'm saying. I mean, you should be a part of it regardless, because that's your heritage. When you look in the mirror, you see me, I see you. It's the oneness, the power of one. And so, yeah, we have to connect. And through that connection, that power of one is where we're going to rise, because we've connected with the earth and the energies and the frequencies of the earth. And therefore, that's going to raise our vibration as a collective. And then we can move forward, basically. Now, you're going to say, oh, how am I going to do that? Okay, so first and foremost, everyone that's in the diaspora, well, not everyone, but most people who were brought down to the diaspora as slaves or have you, I mean, that's the history they gave us. But yeah, those who don't know where they come from, it's just a matter of basically going back to basics, i.e. the pouring of libation, the connection to the earth, i.e. getting outside, soaking up some sunlight, basically meditating and manifesting, because thoughts are you, and whatever you think becomes an emotion, and from an emotion it becomes a frequency, and from a frequency it becomes magnetism, and then from there you attract. And so therefore it's all about the thought. So when you're thinking about self, basically you want to know where you're, how far, or how not even how far, but which line you go back to. So again, we go back to pouring libations, spiritually connecting, asking your ancestors to guide you to the divine strength that they relied on. And that will guide you in turn to Africa spiritually. This is all spiritual speaking. So then you're manifesting yourself eventually physically to Africa. So it will be second nature to you. It's not something you're going to wrestle with when the time comes, because the time is coming. But you won't wrestle with it because you're already spiritually ready for it, basically. And this is what needs to be done on an individual level, basically, where everybody is connecting back to their ancestors. And because of not knowing where you're from, and you might say Africa is a big place, so many cultures, XYZ, and so on and so forth. That's why you need to connect. Your ancestors will guide you to the right place. They will not neglect you, because everybody has a spirit team, regardless of what Babylon has taught us or has imprinted in us. Basically, this is the time to come out of all of those programs, so to speak, and get to know yourself, because that's where, excuse me, the abundance lies. Knowing yourself and manifesting according to yourself, not according to somebody else, because you cannot manifest properly under an alias or a guise. But when you're yourself, then you can manifest reality, because you are a God, you are a creator. Why do I say you're a God? Why do I say you're a creator? Because you create. We brought forth, would you call it, children? That's creation. We have our own gifts, basically, which, talents and so on. That's all creation, artistic creation. We create. We're gods. And anything that you start to think about is what you're going to bring into reality. Hence why I say spiritually first, because everything happens on the spiritual level first, and then it transcends into the physical, basically. So again, like I said, these here teachings are for people whom it's within them, basically, first and foremost. But remember one thing, your thoughts are you. So that means that you can change your DNA with thinking. So what do I mean by that? If let's say, for instance, you're mixed, for instance, and your thought process is, nah, I'm African, or I belong to the dark race people, for instance, and you kind of make it, you embody it, so to speak, then it becomes you. And once it becomes you, that means that your DNA is changing. And that's facts. I mean, you could go ask your scientists and so on and so forth, and they will tell you. You know what I'm saying? And that means that you also can get to a higher frequency if you're willing to do the work, because everything takes work. So that is basically the core. The core is to basically mentally, spiritually start focusing on what's to come, i.e., start pouring your libations, burn your incense, ask for your ancestors to guide you, basically to keep you, protect you, to bring you peace within the storm that's coming. You know what I'm saying? Clear your way, guide you to a safer place amongst your people. You know what I'm saying? And cleanse yourself also, as in your mind. You know what I'm saying? You got to cleanse your mind from the past, what they call it, the past programs, so to speak, that they've imprinted into us. You know what I'm saying? And this is where I say that when we do gather together as one, we would need to purge, as in cleanse first, because that's where everything starts. You die. You know what I'm saying? People die many a times. many a times. You know what I'm saying? And what do I mean that by people dying? It doesn't mean death. It means a new beginning. It means you put something away and you've changed into something else. And that happens all the time with people. I've seen it. I've seen it with myself. I've died many times and came back. You reinvent yourself. You know what I'm saying? I was a Hebrew Israelite. I died, but I came back, and now I'm a God. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about change and transformation, and clearing up the clutter that's been built in the mind, because only you can change you. And that comes with what you put inside of you. Any which way, whether it's through sex, whether it's through TV, whether it's through eating, all of those things you need to be on top of those things, basically. And then just start getting in touch, start learning about your roots, because that brings you more closer. You can learn about 4 or 5 cultures. You can learn all of them if you want to. But learn something. Connect yourself with something. And then you see yourself flow like water. Do you understand what I'm saying? You flow like water. Because we are water. But we got to position ourselves spiritually and physically so that we can rise in frequency. Now, I know they say, oh, yeah, you think the white man's going to sit down and let you go build and then become a strong nation and he's not going to do nothing. Well, the man ain't got a choice. You see, it's way bigger than that. Asasiya, okay, our strength, our divine strength, Asasiya, the gods and the ancestors are with us. And it's been, I mean, they're doing the work. It's not any one man doing any work. Because that's how it is. It's like when you're a kid and your dad says, oh, don't go here or stay inside, and you go outside, you come back. What do? You get punished. So it's a similar thing. You know what I'm saying? You have to stay within what you know. And sometimes that means refreshing everything that you know. Because as we know, everything that we know, we don't know. See? Everything we know, we don't know. And so we've got to start knowing things rather than believing things, you see. And so, and also, I got to say this, I got to attack all these other religions. And yeah, because these are the Achilles heel to our people, whether it's Egyptology, whether it's Kemet, whether it's Israelite, whether it's Christian, whether it's Buddhism, all of those things, we've got to bring that to an end within our people because we know better. We know where we come from. I mean, if you go to the Caribbean, they know they're African, you know what I'm saying? And so they're halfway there, so to speak. And in Africa, there's many, many, many Caribbeans there, but there's also many Americans there. And there's also many Americans and Caribbeans who, as I'm speaking right now, do trips, take people back to Africa. So I'm saying that because all that says to me that the groundwork has already started, and it started long time ago, whether it's under the guise of Hebrew Israelite or what have you. If they're in Africa and they're holding on to a foreign god, they got to go. We're not going on, we're not holding on onto no foreign gods, whether it's the Moors or whoever. Because when our ancestors followed our divine strength, we were strong. We were strong. We never wrote things down. I mean, what's that little guy's name? He says it all the time, and I listen to him quite a bit. The one that's been put in prison, Jamal or something like that anyway. But he says it all the time, and it's true. It's just logic. We didn't write anything down. The only people that wrote things down were the Shermans, the scribes from Persia. They were the first people to come down and sit down and write all these things. So all these manuscripts that you see, they wrote them down. Maybe the Europeans came and added a couple, or maybe recycled a few, but most of them, when we're talking ancient scrolls and whatever that they say they find, it's all in Mesopotamia area, which tells you what? That the people from that area are the people who made up the history, because everything goes back there. It's common sense. I mean, think about it. If they say everything has to go back, what goes up comes down, whatever, if we're going to use those kind of logics, then yes, everything goes back to Mesopotamia. So they're the ones who's fed us all this history, all this bogus history, giving us fake gods, fake this, fake that. Everything that they've given us is not for us. And it comes from these particular people in the Mesopotamia area. They crossed over to Egypt, Kemet, whatever you want to call it. And this is another thing. They say Kemet and Egypt are not the same, but damn, if they're not the same, how come they look so similar and are intertwined and connected? That beats me. And if Meduneta is an African language, how come nobody speaks it in Africa? What, not one person? They conquered the whole area and couldn't find one person to decipher a language, but yet their gods and everything is based on that same language they couldn't decipher. I mean, it doesn't make no sense to me. Everything from the Canaan all the way, if there was anything, any history before that, it's all the same game. But like, you see, everything starts with a sound. Even creation starts with a sound. And when you play a sound, guess what happens? Check this. This is not even a longer sound, but even with this, you hear a sound, but what else do you hear? You hear the sound coming to an end, which means there's always an end to everything. And then there has to be a new frequency, a new sound, a new wave. Right? So that we can move basically in a more positive environment. Because right now we're in our ego environment, our reptilian environment. We're animals. We're behaving like animals towards each other. We've been doing that for years. And that's all under these religions, being the overseer. And yet still, we're out here mutilating one another. So, I mean, common sense. I ask one question: how long are we going to follow these things and keep mutilating each other? Or unite and rise? I hear people say you're soldiers. If you're soldiers, we're under attack. You want to get your ass over here. You know what I'm saying? You're a soldier. Let me see. Where are all these soldiers? I want to see all these soldiers. Not no lip service. We're not doing lip service. Yeah, the talk's all good. You know what I'm saying? But we're building foundations. We're building dynasties, kingdoms. We're starting over. And we're going back to the way our ancestors used to do things and connect with the earth, the elements, in order for us to grow. I mean, African spirituality is the same thing that these guys are using, but they're using it in a different way. But it's the same thing when you really break it down. So why are we following somebody else's thing because it looks like it's glittering? And then you leave yours. You leave yours way back, you know what I'm saying? Because why? You don't like yourself, you hate yourself. Well, if that's the mentality, then damn, you're not going nowhere. Then you deserve to be eliminated. And in that case, we're not feeling sorry for you. Hell no. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Because why? We want soldiers. Soldiers who are going to stand up for the divine strength, represent the divine strength. Ukuma pema pembeba. That means if you kill 1,000, 1,000 more will come. Never say die until the bones are rotten. These are these are few sayings. That should give you strength, especially mentally. Because why? They had their time. Their time's up. This is our time now. You know what I'm saying? Whether we could like it or not, it's our time. Now, listen, you guys can come up and ask questions. You can come up and attack what I'm saying. Do whatever you feel you have to do. But one thing I know you can't do is stop it. That's for sure. You cannot do it. So, yeah. Sister Karima will drop the link in time soon. And then, yeah, let's hit it. Oh, the links are already even there. Come up. Come talk to me. Ask me questions. Ask me what you want to ask me, if you need to ask anything. Because this is a serious call. And those who are hard-headed are going to be that. They're going to be hitting brick walls with their head. And that's a fact. And again, like I said, I'm not talking to all Black people because we're not all the same. There's some people that are test tube people. But again, like I said, depends on how much you want it. You can rewrite your DNA with the thoughts that you think, if you're able to beat your program, which again, like I said, takes work. You can't just get up and say, yeah, I'm doing this or I'm doing that. Nah, you've been held down like everybody else. Every single one of us. And we all have to fight to break free. So what do you want to do? Party? Ice-T's asking, what you want to do? Party? Hey. Yeah. I'm asking you people out there, what you want to do? Party? Yeah. Yes, I am. So, yeah. You guys out there, you think this is jokes, you know what I mean? It's all good and cool, you know? Yeah, we're feeding off the AI information and we're having debates on it, which is good. Nothing wrong, you know what I'm saying? And all these type of things. But at the end of the day, We have to separate fiction, truth from fiction. You know what I mean? Truth from fiction. You have to separate the two. So yeah, it's well and good representing and going and doing debates and stuff. By the end of the day, you have to know and live in truth. And we all know all that religion, ism, and schism is all a copy based on the dark people. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's up to you. I'm not forcing you to do that. But it's facts. If I'm lying, I'm dying. And I know I ain't dying because I ain't lying. Yeah, for real. Yeah, man, real thing. So yeah, man, only lions then bring you these type of information. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's not your regular ism and schism. Lions then ain't your regular ism.
Hit the like, share the information, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And yeah, come up here and challenge the brother if you don't agree with the information that he's presenting. There's a link in there.
Yes, my apologies. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Babylon, they can cut you whenever they want to. I'm not saying they did that, but I mean, I'm just saying that this is the Babylon system. You know, you're trying to do something and nothing works according to the plan. Why? Because there's always the Babylon style, you know what I mean? Interference. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I feel like in this time, people, hear me out. In this time, we're not looking at, oh, you got to source up and all of this ism, because they come from the same place. You know what I'm saying? We're breaking all of that. Now is the time we have to start using the mental. It's more powerful than the AI information that you don't have. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we all use it, but we're not relying on it and, you know what I'm saying, using it as the be all and end all of everything. No. We're going to decipher things and we're going to ask questions. And if it's not lining up, we're going to call you out. Simple as that. Believe. And yeah, we're calling out AI. And we know that AI is a fraud. And so therefore, yeah, I mean, we're going to remote it and bring it back properly like we did before in the previous civilization, when we were controlling things and we were, you know, we had all the technology, the free energy and all of that kind of good stuff. Yes, we were doing all that. And we're going to go back to that. Not this here system where it's like you can only go for so long and then you have to hit the brakes. Nah, we're not doing that. I mean, we're gods. If we're gods, then yo, our creation is limitless. So why are we stuck in a 9 to 5 and all these isms and schisms and, you know what I mean, using money to bully us and systems and so on and so forth? Yeah, we've done that. We're tired of that now. We don't want that no more. And so we want a place where we're going to chill. And like I said, the universe, our divine strength, the gods, which is the elements, and our ancestors are working very hard to keep Babylon occupied. See, I can say these things because it goes over the heads of most. I know this. But it's not for most. I know this also. So we're good, you know what I'm saying? But the spirit, my spirit team says, yo, come out here and let them know what it is. So that's what I'm doing. I'm out here to let you know what time it is. I even tried to get my light brighter a little bit because I know it's always dark and you can't see me. So yeah, it was that important for me to come out here. Now, to some people, I might have said nothing. To some people, I might have said something. And to others, it might have been a lot more to them or a lot less. Who knows? But the important thing is, it's been said. So if you hear it, it's up to you. But the key here, wherever you are in the world, is to connect back spiritually to Africa or to the people. So what does that mean? Again, like I said, you do your libations, you call your ancestors, you ask them for their guidance and their protection. Why do I say, you see, I can say these things because, again, like I said, when it's your time, it's your time. Simple as that. So I can say these things, you know what I'm saying? Other people can try these things, but it won't work for them because they don't carry the frequency that you carry, that I carry. And collectively, damn, I don't even want to say what kind of energy can be produced from being aware in an individual way and in a collective way. Because at that point, your intuition is going to be so high that you will see the frauds. Whoever's amongst you who's trying to pretend. It'll be easy work. Easy work. Yeah, easy work. Train your mind. Train your spirit. And you know. You start to figure people out because first and foremost, people can't hide. The eyes are the windows, you know what I'm saying? The mouth is the voice, is the representation, you know what I'm saying? And people use these things a lot. And sometimes they do it without even knowing. So yeah, when you're walking in truth, in self, you have no fear. Because fear is what they used to beat us down with. Fear, fear, fear. But whenever there's an end, there's a beginning. Nothing stops, I just told you, you have a spirit team. How did you get that? Because nothing stops. You see, where wisdom is being delivered, you have to pay attention. It's not no hype thing. It's a deliverance thing. As in delivering what is needed to be said. Now, I can, if anybody wants, I can have a conversation with them at some other time. I mean, or even, I mean, a little bit now if they want to. But I mean, I'm saying to you guys out there that everything in terms of belief systems is false, whether it's Kemet. And I always go to Kemet first. Why? Because when everybody says Africa, everybody automatically thinks it's a Kemet Egyptian thing. No. No, it's not that. It's not a Kemet Egyptian thing. It's not an American Indian thing. It's not a Moorish thing. It's a Sankofa thing. And that means going back to our roots, not just back to Africa, but our roots. Hear me clearly. See, you can sit there and not pay attention to what's gone on before you and see how generations and generations of our people have died under all this false promises and this false, you know what I'm saying, narratives they've given us through religion and so on and so forth. And people are still dying. And what do you think is going to happen? Well, Jesus is going to come down and then, or Yeshua or whoever, Muhammad, whoever he is, Krishna, whoever. What's dude's name again? Noble Joe Ali. Is he coming? Who? They've given us all these things, and people, the amount of people have died and gone. And nothing's changed. So how long do you want to listen to all this ism and schism before you have some kind of inkling to start changing, not even changing, but to start thinking for yourself rather than turning to some book that somebody wrote? Yeah, you can pick things out of things. I don't make it yours. It's not yours. It's somebody else's thought. And if you're a God and you're here to create, why are you leaning on somebody else's thought? Think about it. Why? That's the question I'm asking you. Why are you leaning on somebody else's thought? Do you not have thoughts of your own? Maybe, I guess not. Because if you did, then you will behave like you do. They said it. I didn't say it. Only the truth can make a man live. And I don't see too many of us living right now. I don't. Not in Africa, not in America, not in Britain, nowhere across the the globe right now, because we're all in some kind of clutter, space. We're in a space where we can't get out of. And whenever somebody tries to get out, it's like this experiment that they were saying. There was an experiment, and they put a banana on the ceiling, and they put some monkeys in a room. And whenever one monkey tried to go and get the banana, they hosed him down, and then they hosed the whole pack. So they would spend the night cold, shivering, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't like it, you know what I'm saying? Because they were wet. Then the next monkey will go, they will get the same treatment. So after a while, they say, nah, man, yo, anybody, the monkey that tries to go up there is in trouble. So any monkey that tried to go up there, they tried to beat that monkey down, because why? They didn't want to get hosed. And this is the scenario we're in. Whenever somebody tries to get up and say something, he gets beaten down again. Because why? Motherfuckers are scared to death niggas. You're standing on the corner shooting somebody, but you don't want to burn in hell. Damn. You're scared to burn in hell, but you're ready to shoot somebody. What kind of logic is that? I mean, come on, somebody talk to me. Damn, you're afraid of even the police. We're shooting each other, but the police turn up when we're running. Let alone burning in hell and all these kind of, Jesus, I'm done. Yeah. Sister Karima, I don't know what's going on, but if you want to put the link in the chat, if somebody wants to come up, I'll appreciate that very much. Yeah, and I'm continue on, because like I said, this is very important. Now, I hope a lot of people see this, because this is something that should spark something within the brain. That's what we're looking, the spark. That's all for now. We're not asking, well, the universe, the gods, our ancestors, our divine strength, they're not asking us to do much. They're not saying, yo, you should go and gather some, guns and go fight a war and all these things. No. They're doing the work. You just have to connect. And as I'm speaking, there are people who have connected. I mean, there are a whole lot of people out there who have connected. They're just waiting. They're doing the work. They're just waiting for that time. See, that ego pride thing that we're sitting on, it's not going to get us far. It's just destruction. The anger thing and all that low vibration type of energy. No, nah, we're not doing that. We're about to kind of upgrade, if that's what you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Upgrade on intelligence. Intelligence whereby we can reason rather than, want to try and debate. Well, no, debate is good, but I mean, reason as in like reason without kind of getting out of hand, i.e. reasoning whereby you can agree to disagree, or maybe say, okay, maybe I'll look into it, so on and so forth, and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But it's more on a harmonious tip. And that means that, yeah, we're kind of making strides rather than the fighting tip, so to speak. Yeah, you can question me with all intensity. I welcome that. I really do. But so long as you know not to cross the line, so long as you know, yo, I'm talking to my fellow brother or sister. I'm talking to me. You dig? When you start thinking in that way, you kind of start, trying to hear people out, rightly or wrongly. Because why? It doesn't make a difference to you. Your frequency is high. So you will connect with the higher frequency beings and you disconnect with the lower ones. It's not a fighting thing. It's not a wrestling thing either. That's why our people used to do much more than us. Because they had that in the understanding that once you connect to the elements, you get added onto you. I don't want to use the word blessed, but added onto you abundance. Hence why we were abundant. I mean, on the streets, they don't teach us abundance, do they? We don't know about abundance because we're used to the ism that they've given us out there. But what we're going to do? Stick with that? Hell no. We gods. It's naturally in us to be gods. Well, not all of us, but most of us. It's in us. So unless you got some kind of, you know what I'm saying, something that's bigger than what we have out here, you ain't moving nowhere. Because what we have is eternal. What they have is temporary. I'm talking to the soul beings. The soul beings. Those from the sun. That's who I'm talking to. The soul beings. The dark race. The dark people. People from the sun. A great people. A mighty people. An almighty people. Excuse me. Yeah. You want to start looking at yourselves as great. Really and truly, you have to. Because that's the only way you will overcome. I'm still rapping out here because, again, like I said, yo, I didn't think people would be able to even come up here because this kind of conversation, I mean, yo, you either know it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that. Yeah, it's cool talking about the Hebrew Israelites and all that. But, yo, our people are awake now. Our people know folly from truth. So all that stuff, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't impress us no more. It doesn't. And if you go to Africa, it might look like, yeah, they're on the Christian tip or the Islam tip. But I have ears there. And the people are waking up. The people are saying, damn, this does not make no damn sense. It doesn't. So then what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Accept your situation. Try and be a part of somebody else's situation and hope that they take you in. Because you're the United Nations. You're for everybody. But I guarantee you one thing. If you go out there and you go and speak with them, they're not for you. They are not for you, black man and woman. They are not for you. Remember that. It's self first, self-preservation. Have you forgotten that? Have we forgotten that? I just want to know, because to me, it's like, what the hell is going on here? You want to die for somebody else's things? You want to go to your grave? Or because you're scared? Then you should burn in hell. Burn, you should. For real, you should burn in hell. I mean, I was once where you was. And I must say, it's not an easy thing. I'm talking about it like it's easy. My apologies. Let me step back a bit. I'm like that. I could be forceful like that sometimes. With my speech, that is. But yeah, I'm going to pull back a bit because, you see, awareness, you know what I'm saying? And not everybody is at the same place. And I understand that. And it's going to take time for us to get to a place as a collective. I get that too. But what I want to feel is that energy of change. That's what I want to feel, the energy, because everything is energy. It starts with that. That energy of change. And then you embody it. Because our kids, they don't know all of these things that here that we're talking about. They don't know all these things. Just like, example, the kids today that are running this place. Excuse me. I say kids, but they're not kids. But they were once kids, and their parents who were running this place didn't actually teach them. You might think they did because you saw them inheriting shit over the years. I know they didn't really teach them any plans in that manner. Else they would have a better grip on things today. But we can see clearly that these people are lost. They don't know whether they're going or coming. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're going to use certain things to try and get a certain narrative. So they're going to lie, climate change and this and that and the other, you know what I'm saying, to try and steer a narrative. But this is somebody who is, what can I say, knows that their time is up, but will try and try and try until they can't try no more. So we're coming back to us. There's some people who are, you know, susceptible for change, you know, but for one reason or the other, they're kind of hesitant. So this is where our divine strength, Asasiya, which is Mother Earth, the gods, and the ancestors come in, where they line things up, which will force you to make that move. And that's what's happening. It's coming. Because talking alone ain't cutting it with my people. So there's going to be something that's going to help or force you to make a stand. And when that time comes and you don't, that means you're fighting yourself, your higher self. And we don't want no low vibrational people tagging along. So what we're going to do, we're going to get rid of you. That's exactly what we're going to do. Get rid of you. We want people who are spiritually in tune. That's all. You just have to be spiritually in tune and physically, because spiritually comes physically. So once you're spiritually in tune, your body will follow. And these are the people we want. We don't want no architects and all of these, because we all naturally got these gifts that we all have. You know what I'm saying? That we, when given time, can be expressed. The time and the space can be expressed. But yeah, everything we know today, you look at it yourself, goes back to what they call it again? Mesopotamia. That's where it goes back to. And then they throw Egypt in there, the North Africa side of things, because obviously they're conquering. That's it. They're conquering, so they're moving. You know what I'm saying? They go there, Egypt. Yeah. Then they go over to Portugal and Spain. They eradicate the people that was there. Eradicate their language. And then rewrite their own. Because why? They wanted to bring in the animalistic and homosexuality and what else? All these kind of low vibrational acts and things into what was what not somewhat, but what was a connection between us and our spirits. They perverted it and put it in books. I mean, I've lived in Africa. I went to school there. So I know when they're passing something on to you. I've never seen anyone, and quote me, somebody can quote me if I'm wrong. I've never seen anybody kind of put a book down and try and teach somebody out of a manual. Nah. Just, oh, my dad's a fisherman, so hey, I go with him practically. I'm watching him fish. He's teaching me how to fish. That's just an example, by the way. I'm a farmer. You know what I'm saying? I take my kid out, we go to the farm. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to open a book and say, yo, you have to grab a, what they call it, a shovel, and then dig a 3/4 angle, you know what I'm saying? And then 5/4 another angle, and nah, not like that, you know what I'm saying? It's just practical. I'm doing it, you're watching it, and then you practice it, and then you become good. Because why? It's in you naturally. It was those who wrote things down. It's simple because it wasn't in them naturally. They needed something to remember. Hence why they jotted it down. Because if something's natural to you, then you won't have no need to do that. So these Persians, well, I call them from Mesopotamia, because it starts off, I believe, Canaan, but it goes a bit further back than that with the Noah story and not Abraham story and all that kind of stuff and XYZ. But this is all their history. All in the Mesopotamia area. How is that possible? They're going to tell you that the world started right there. So how did everything happen down there? And when we look down there, what's so special about down that side of town? I don't see nothing special down there but rocks. Rocks in a dry ass deserty type land. Ain't nothing going on down there. All them mosques you see built, they were all built before these dudes came up. So they didn't build jack around it. Nothing. They inherited everything. And that's basically how they came into power. And that's what they do and have been doing since. Studying people. Which people in particular? To this day, 2024, 24, we're going 25. Study people. Why? Why? We don't study them. We don't study them. We follow them, but we don't study them. They study us. Then you want to ask yourself why. But I guess all that milk chocolate and McDonald's and all that ism and schism that they've given us is messed up our DNA and our thinking, that we're not thinking straight. Even things like cooking now for ourselves, we don't even do that no more, hardly. You know what I'm saying? I mean, those in the country may be, but in the city, I'm in the city. You know what I'm saying? I see all takeaways and all that kind of stuff. So I'm sure it's the same over in the cities over there, in everywhere. You proud to be walking like a lost soul? That's the question I would really want to ask. Are you proud to be walking like a lost soul? And how long can you walk as a lost soul? The body yearns for information. It yearns. Our gifts, we yearn it. You know what I'm saying? For it to come out. You know? We yearn it. We need our gifts. The gifts of unity, the gifts of camaraderie, the gift of being able to what do you call it? Understand each other. They make it look like that's never happened before. But I'm here to tell you that's a lie. We don't fight each other like that, especially like in Africa. There's been coups which are funded and sparked by the West. But a country fighting a country, again, somebody put it down in this chat for me if that's ever happened. I don't remember that ever happening. Nah, we don't do that. But we painted like we're so against each other. That's bullshit. We're not. Well, those who are kind of like, no, we're not. But in everything, there's always people that are fighting against. But we're not worried about those people. Why? Because again, remember, sound. Dong. And then it stops. A new frequency has to begin. So yeah, we're not worried about those ones there. And like I said, when you move in frequency, you detect people easily. Because why? You see them before they're coming, whether it's through body language, whether it's through the eyes, what they say, anything, but you will see them. Clearly, as clear as day. You'll be asking yourself, but damn, how am I seeing this person like that? You think you got some kind of, those glasses that they put on, and then, memes or whatever they call them. Yeah, there's this dude that, or it was a movie or something. He puts the glass on and he sees all those funny looking people. When he takes it off, their back. It's kind of like that. You have them kind of glasses, but inside you can see all these doppies. You be the doppy conqueror. That's what you'll be, the doppy conqueror. Yeah. And so, yeah. There's a need, you know what I'm saying? And for me, like I said, all those religious people, just for fun, I'll beat you up for fun. Anyone who wants to challenge this movement, hey, come up. I'll slap you up for fun because there ain't no jokes here. You know what I mean? And send you back to where you came from. And next time when you come back, maybe your, mental would have changed. Your reasoning would have changed. But yeah, we're ready. I'll have a conversation with any, no matter which set you're from. It's the same thing. So you can't get past me because I know whatever it is, whatever set you belong to, name it. It's the same shit. Yeah. So yeah, bring it whenever you feel you're ready. Yeah, man. And yeah, we can do the debate thing too. You know what I'm saying? But it's not about a fight or, but it's just that I'm pissed off. Like, this is just me pissed off at the fact that we are not using our brain. We're not digging deep enough, you know what I'm saying, within ourselves to understand what really is going on. But then again, it could be coming from the opposition. There's always opposition. So it's cool by me. That's why I say bring it on. I'll take on any one of you guys. Anyone. Moorish, Kemet, whoever. Yeah. And show you that Kemet ain't doing jack for Africans or the dark-skinned people. Because it wasn't our thing to begin with. Yeah, it had some philosophies in there that mirrored our things, and hence why when you go places like Ghana, they will say to you, yeah, we was the Egyptians. Because when you copy somebody's thing, obviously they're going to resonate with some of the stuff that you say. It's going to resonate with them because it's their shit. You understand? That's why they will tell you, yeah, Egypt, you know what I'm saying? Some will tell you someplace else, but yeah, they will tell you definitely for sure Egypt. Yeah, it was in Egypt and Ra and, you know what I mean, all those names. Yeah. And the sun and all, they will give you all that. Because why? It's their shit to begin with. But it's just been packaged a different way. And they recognize it. That's all it is, you know. So yeah, we're not letting this stuff here fool us again. All these religions and all of that, and I have to mention them. Why not? Why shouldn't I? You've killed too many of my people. You've harvested too many of my people's energy. You want more? That's what Bob Marley was asking. Now you get what you want. Do you want more? But yeah, they want more. The question is, are you going to give them more? Because it's a choice. Don't forget that part. It's a choice, man. Remember that. Remember I said that. It's a choice. So yeah, what do you choose to do? Be you or be who? Be you or be who? Yeah, man. That's what I like. All the scared to death niggas, please sit down. Don't even bother come up here. You're not qualified enough. So stick to where you is. You know what I'm saying? But the real, I salute the real. For real. Always. Because I am them and they are me. Yeah, man. Female, male. I have to say that because today they're called politically correct. Anyway, fuck that. I said what I said, and that's it. That is it. Yeah. And so, yeah, coming back. Again, I want to make sure that it goes in. So I'm going to repeat myself. See it there? Incense. Make sure you burn it. and you're cleansing yourself, speaking and thinking good things over yourself and your people. Because it's not you as an individual ain't going nowhere. But for the collective good, yes, I am. Yeah, that's where we want to be. Positive, where we used to be. Harmony. Yes, I am. That's what we need. So your incense right there, you burn it. Let your mind. That's the tool. The mind. Let it speak. Let it speak to you. Find you. Because even when you go to your church, they're burning incense in there. So you know I'm not lying. You know about libations. So you know I'm not lying. They're Alpha. Oh, and there's another one as well. To protect yourself. Salt. Yes, I am. Salt. Make sure you have your salt baths and, sort out your house. Sort out your house. I like that one. And all these things, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But let me warn you people out there, because this is a must. I have to. Everything comes with a warning. This is for the good of self and the good of the collective. So when you are engaging in these things, please, please, please be sure to have a clear mind and a clear spirit, heart, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? But make sure your thoughts are pure. Because you try using this for evil, and you ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it. Try me if you want. Oh, the spirits know me. They sent me. So yo, purify yourself. Purify your thoughts. Eat good. Take herbs. Moringa. All these herbs. But it's not just a thing of just taking them. You have to speak over them. Knowing that these are the powerful tools that are going to help heal your body and energize you. The herbs have energy. Remember that. So you're speaking to the energy within the herbs. You don't just drink herbs. That's why many people drink herbs and it don't work for them, because you're just drinking it for drinking's sake. No, sir. You gotta speak life into everything, because everything is one. Remember that. We are one. We are one. They told us. The big people told us. We are one. So start speaking life, man. Speak life, not death. Life. Life into your people. And it's got to be into your people, because it can't work no other way. Why do I say that? Because others have had their chance and their turn. And It's our turn. Like I said from before, our time. And that's why there has to be one channeling. And then you experience your peace, harmony, abundance, life. Yeah, I'm not going to say love. Love is a made up word or thing, should I say. But all these things that I've mentioned is love, or an expression of it. Because without the ego, what do? You make sure that everybody that you can and want to help, you can. And it's not a case where you're going to help people to become underneath you. No. You're going to help people rise up and be their own boss, their own person. Because then you only have to be responsible for yourself. But if you're over somebody or people, then you got a whole heap of people besides yourself to be responsible for. That's a whole lot of work. Who wants that? Not me. Hell no. I want to enjoy life. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want to eat some good fruits and drink fresh water and, you know, hydrate the body and, you know, go in the forest and, you know, yeah, swim in the streams with the gods, you know what I'm saying? Walk with the gods. I mean, yeah. And with the ancestors coming back and all these things, you know what I'm saying? Because with frequency high, that means that we transcend it. And we're transcending death. So that means what? It's an avenue for our ancestors to re-enter into this realm. Because the frequency would have been raised. And that's not for everybody, because not everybody is going to die with a high frequency or in a high, you know, optimistic type of way, so to speak. Most people, it's through low vibrational activity and so on and so forth. But those who have that kind of vibration of unity and empowering and all those type of things, then you will get even in death. Because why? The ancestors and everyone are working towards bringing back the way things were, the Sankofa movement. So yeah, I mean, maybe next time I might try and gather some information about all these other religions, and it's not going to be, yeah, it's going to be an attack. Fuck it. It's going to be an attack on the religions. And you're going to say, oh, this is what it is. If this is the case, why are you attacking this? And why you yeah, because it needs to be. It needs to be attacked. Yeah. That's what Spirit has said to me to do. That's what I'm going to do. Not for your benefit, not for my benefit, but for the benefit of the collective of people. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where we're going. That's exactly where we're going, where we can, you know, intertwine with each other and, yeah, become a people, get along. But so long as you're in that, oh, he's an African, or African this, or the American Indian that, or the more this or the more that, or hey, nah. Even within that, you've got it wrong, because we're not Moors. The Moors are not Africans. Yeah, there's some Africans, but they weren't the ones that went around, you know what I'm saying, teaching people and doing all that kind of stuff, because Africans weren't named Al-Shawari and all those things until the Arabs came and colonized them. And so, therefore, yo, what are you talking about when it comes to that conversation? What are you talking about? When you look at all the tribes in America, so-called Indian tribes, everything, their roots are in Africa. Some, I mean, you got the West Africa, you got East Africa, even some in North Africa. The roots are in Africa, and that's all the tribes, not even just one or two. It's all of them. So again, what else is there to say? We know about the Christianity and the Hebrew Israelite thing. We know about that. We know about the Bible, you know what I'm saying? And we know all the discrepancies in there. That's not helping us. And that's why I got to beat down these things, because a lot of people are in love with these things. I used to be at one point in time. But that signifies the change, the journey in which I've come through to get to where I am now. Because it's like I went at 360 and came back to where I was supposed to be. But that's good too, because you learn, and life is about what? Learning. Lessons, good or bad. So, yeah, I'm here on solid ground. Solid ground. And only time will tell who is the right, you know what I'm saying, who is going to stand firm in this year time. Christianity ain't going to do it. Israelite ain't going to do it. Moor ain't going to do it. All of these labels ain't going to do it. The only thing that's going to do it is you and me as a people. And connecting back. Because that's the only way you can successfully navigate through this earth, is by connection. Whether it's in the sun, or you're walking barefoot, or you're doing your libations, you know what I'm saying? You see, this is another thing that is so important that I haven't mentioned yet. Gratitude. Gratitude is a fundamental part of the African belief system. Why do I say that? Because we have our festivals. All the African tribes have their festivals. What are festivals? This is gratitude. Gratitude in what? In the things that have been given to us. That's why we have yam festivals, because when our ancestors were walking around after being kicked out from one place to another, they're looking for food. They found yam. They tried it and they found that it was good, because the gods brought it, well, gave it to them, basically. And yeah, we do our festivals as a thank you to the elements, and we even feed the elements as well, and the spirits. And that's the connection which builds frequencies, because gratitude is a very powerful frequency. Very, very powerful frequency. And we display that practically, not orally and practically. And when you combine everything together, this is where the strength comes into it. We got so much, people. If we go back to the way we was, because we never used to die. There's leaves and shit. There's things, you know what I'm saying, that you can drink, and it transforms you. I mean, all you got to do is either read about the mysteries that happen in Africa, so-called mysteries, should I say. And these are realities that happen in Africa, where people transcend, people can transport. Because why? They're connected with physical and spiritual. You dig? So with the two connections, you can go up, you can come down. You get what I'm saying? Up in frequency, you can come down in frequency, but still always on your higher vibration, rather than your lower vibration, which is your hell or your animal attitude or ego, should I say. Yeah, I hope what I'm saying is, hitting your cerebral cortex or your neocortex, any one of them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. I'm just being funny now. But yeah, I hope it's sinking in though, on the serious note. We got to mix in the fun with the seriousness. But at the same time, you got to listen to the words. That's what's important. The words, what's coming out of the mouth. So yeah, on that note, how long have we been out here now? 1 hour, 43 minutes. Yeah, man, you don't need too much. Believe it's a message, and so it's been good. I enjoyed it. Thank you, Spirit, for guiding me and helping me and getting, this message out, and helping Sister Karima, doing her part in helping me to get this message out. So yeah, man, we give, we're grateful, for the opportunity. And yeah, we know things are gonna be up and running for us from here on in. I know this, but that will depend on you and your spirit and where you stand spiritually. That's just the meat and potatoes of all of everything, basically, the spirit. So guard your spirit, basically. And yeah, do your rituals. Don't let them tell you that it's voodoo, hoodoo, and all that do, and you do, and I do, and they do, and all those do's. Nah, don't let them fool you, believe, or even try to school you, because we are what we are, and that's the way it's going to be. Simple, if you don't know. These are the words of the late, great Bob Marley. And yes, we're sticking with that. Believe that's the way it's going to be. Or as another will say, this is it. Or as another will say, we keep moving. Or as another will say, up and running. You know what I'm saying? Is it? So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. Sister Karima, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think anybody's coming in right now. So yeah, I mean, if you got anything you want to ask me, you can go ahead. I mean, but if not, then yeah, we can end with a song. And yeah, I appreciate you very much. But yeah, you want to ask the question?
Yeah, no, I ain't got nothing to say.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, yeah, then if that's the case, then yes, it's been good. I hope when you watch this, you take it into, your mind, heart, spirit, and chew upon it, basically. And fear nothing. That's the key. Fear nothing, because there's nothing to be afraid of. Be confident and know that you're God. Whatever you say comes as a reality. Whatever you think becomes a reality. So be mindful of what you say and be mindful of what you think, and think positive, think pure, and please leave the AI information to a minimum, because most of that is somebody else's thought, and we want to use our thoughts and our logic and our senses to deal with each other, as our ancestors used to do. So with that, shout out to Sister Karima again. I appreciate you very much. JJ 7000. I mean, Mandin Kamali. Yeah, Lions Den. Up, #1 channel on YouTube. Definitely. Yes, that's why I'm here. And peace to all the other channels too that are frequent, for real, believe. But yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for having me. And yeah, peace. Salud.
I'll praise you, both sides. Yeah, that sound good, y'all. Hello. What we doing?
Hey, cook that up, Khalid.
We still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. This here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. This here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still. They said you got the call, they trying to blackball you. Like what they own, bro. You can't blackball a boss. The whole world, they hate Israel. The way you hate your neighbor, might as well pull the trigger on yourself. You know we get excited by the smoke. Every day we catching flesh. Say my treasure stored in heaven, we gon' blow the rest. They disrespected and we check. Debate that causing kept it still. They asking others about my business, but I ain't got no instant messy. I still deal with ox direct. Cause your person don't mean you respect. Your outlet don't get no credit if the ox ain't in it. Money answer all things and you got all these questions. Playing Vic. Look, I employ slavery. If you broke, you say it. Yeah, them crews in the hood, Jews in the hood. I caught them clues, now I'm good. I broke it down, he understood my all to you. Filtered through, you found a few, I'm good. We what we sold, this here exclusive. They like, hey, folk, look what you doing. We still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. This here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. This here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still. Most I told me, be still, give her room to work. Know my movie work. If faith ain't good, don't put the work in. In the spirit flexing, that my day job. Getting the mode out my own, I don't know what they are. Before I got the blueprint, and I'm too legit to quit. Let it spark in the dark, be a light, got it lit. Trying to map my movement, got my haters pondering. The odds set the questionnaire, they wanna know if you still lit. It hit different, you authentic, a lot of odds pretending. We do it for the Lord, got my own motion, who are you to judge? Put most high first, none above. Tap in the spirit, we locked in, they'll come against your plot. You know Judas said, yeah, we spit them scripts, they barely now. Came on slave ships, then you not blind. You know they tell you everything. Isaiah 30:20, yeah, we bad. You see what happened when they tried to rail the train up off the track. False witness, hypocrite. We throw shots back, now they feel heat. Must go get it. We still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit. My enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit. My enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still.